Today we're going to go over how to apply to CCRI. Go to ccri.edu and press Apply. When you do so, you'll be brought to an admissions page. Scroll down to New Student Application, and you'll need to create a login and PIN number. Once you've created your login and your PIN, press Login, and you will come to this page. To start your application, you need to decide what kind of student you are. So if you are a new first-time student, you have never attended college before. If you're a recent high school graduate that doesn't have any college experience, this is perfect for you. If you are a readmit student, you have been a CCRI student in the past, you've had a break in the amount of time that you've taken classes, and now you are readmitting yourself to the school. If you are a transfer student, you have taken prior classes at another college and now you're entering CCRI for the first time. If you are in special programs, you're interested in applying to biotech, emergency management, fire science, or homeland security. And non-degree students are students who are just taking one or two classes, want to transfer those classes somewhere else, are just trying to get a feel for what they want. A non-degree student, you may hear this term sometime during your college experience, is also called a non-matriculated student. So we are going to select a new first-time student for our application. So you can choose your application type right down here, click New First Time, and press Continue. You are going to select the term that you are going to apply for. So you can either apply for summer, which starts May 18th, or fall, which starts August 31st. These dates will change as different years come up, so just make sure you take a look so you can put in your calendar what day your classes start. Next, you're going to want to type in your name and press Fill Out Application. This is going to bring you to a checklist that we're going to go through. And when your checklist is done, we're going to press Application is complete, but we're going to start with name. You have your last name and your first name, which are mandatory, but if you'd like to add any previous last names or middle initials, you can do so now. And then press Continue. And then you're going to want to add a cell phone number. And then you're going to want to either press yes or no if you'd like to receive text messages from CCRI. CCRI will text you about registration dates, any events going on campus. You can speak to advisors through our texting system. So if that is something that you would like to use, press yes. Either way, you will still be able to sign up for emergency texting, which will cover closures, delays, or any emergencies on campus. So press Continue once you've selected, and enter your address. Once you've entered your address, you're going to be asked 3 questions. Have you lived continuously in Rhode Island for 1 or more years for the first day of the full semester? So if you count from August 31st back, as long as you've been there for 1 or more years, press yes. If Rhode Island is your legal and permanent state of residence, and if you live in a regional state. So Connecticut, Massachusetts, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, any New England state, you can click yes or no response. Once you're done, press Continue, and we'll move on to personal information. The first thing that is going to be required is a social security number. If you do not have a social security number, you can email admissions@ccri.edu and they'll be able to walk you through that process. Once you've entered your social security number, enter your birth date, your sex assigned at birth, your email address, and whether your parents have earned a 4-year college degree. That is an optional question. It is only there for demographic purposes, as are any of the ethnicity questions listed below. Any questions about ethnicity, race, and 4-year college degrees from family members are only for federal reporting purposes and do not factor into any admission decision made at CCRI. Once you've entered all of this information, press Continue. If you selected previously that you are a U.S. citizen, this page does not affect you and you can press Continue. If you are not a U.S. citizen, please select your visa, which would be a permanent resident, and enter your alien registration number. It's also known as a permanent resident card number. If you do not have a permanent resident card number, please contact admissions at ccri.edu, and we will be able to get you in touch with the correct staff member to help you. Next are optional questions about veterans and service members and dependents. You can choose to not respond to any of these questions and press continue, or use any information about using your Veterans Affairs benefits, whether you are a dependent or currently serving. Next, we're going to go over your prior educational history, starting with high school. Enter your high school code. If you don't know, you can look up your high school code by state or country. And if you received a GED, you can type in your GED number, which is 904-555, and enter the date that you received your GED down below in graduation year. Once that information is in, you can either enter another high school if you transferred at any point during your high school career, or press continue. Next is any previous college experience. If we are a new first-time student, we won't have anything to put in here, so we would just say no, we don't have a bachelor's from another US college, but you can look up a college code and enter a college name if you do have that experience. Next, we're going to do additional information. These questions are optional, but they do help CCRI understand who you are and create a better opportunity for you. JAA are joint admissions agreements between the University of Rhode Island and Rhode Island College. This is a program that makes every credit that you take at CCRI transfer to URI or RIC with a discount in your tuition at URI and RIC based on your grades. It's a fantastic program. You can ask any advisor about it and they'll be able to help you. These other questions are relatively self-explanatory. A displaced homemaker is a person whose main occupation is a stay-at-home parent or a stay-at-home person, and they've recently lost their home. And SNAP benefits they used to be known as food stamps, but it's a food support system from the federal government. Next is the fun part. You get to select your program of study. You can click this drop-down menu and choose any major that you'd like that's listed. One of the most common ones is General Studies, which has a pathway program, which we will get into in the next page. But you can click any of these that you'd like. I am going to follow the General Studies pathway, but other programs may ask you other questions. In General Studies, you do need to choose a concentration. The first 7 options are pathways. They are fantastic ways to explore something new if you're just learning what you'd like. There's arts and humanities, business, communications, education, government and human services, environment, health and health administration, and STEM classes. All of them are fantastic and all of them can be interchanged. If you don't know what you want to do, you can select one now and change it later. All of the pre-pathways are pre-allied health, so if you know you want to go into nursing, but you haven't gotten to the nursing program yet, you can click pre-nursing, pre-OTA, whatever you would like to do. You can also change this program if you feel like you've gone in the wrong direction. Press continue. And our checklist is complete. So next you want to click Application is complete. And these are the terms above. It's just saying that everything on the application is true and correct as far as you are aware of, and that you understand that going to CCRI may have a financial obligation. Press I agree to the terms or I do not agree to the terms. And congratulations, you have applied to college in 10 minutes or less. Give yourself a pat on the back, and we look forward to working with you at CCRI.